Hi guys, hopefully you're having a good day today, but I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys about your assignment today. Because we're not on Zoom, I can't really explain it to you there, so I'm going to explain it to you here. There is going to be a link on your Google Classroom to this instructional sheet. On the instructions, you are going to have other links as well. They're not in there right now, but you're going to have other links as well so that you can just follow the instructions on this document to complete your task for the day. So we are talking about one variable equation, something that you may or may not have experience with. There's another instructional video that I'm going to send to you guys about how to solve one variable equation. But I do want to show you guys how to do this assignment, because if you are unclear about anything, you're going to end up doing too many problems, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so there'll be an instructional video that I will send out to you guys on the Google Classroom as well, and it'll also be linked here so that you guys can have access to it. You click on the link for the presentation slides, and then you put the slides in presentation mode and follow instructions on the presentation. When you upload a picture of your work, please make sure that it's neat. So make sure that it's very clear where your answers are. I use a highlighter on mine. I also circle my answers. Sometimes I put a star next to it, just something so that I know that's the answer that you finally got to in the end of your work. Please, I know for some of you guys, you can do it in your head really quick, but at least give me 3 or 4 problems that have the work associated with it. All right, the first one might be kind of easy to do mental math with, but I do need to see your work on at least 3 problems. Give me at least 3 problems that I can see your work on. So let me show you what you're doing. Okay. This is the link to the presentation that you guys will get on Google Classroom. The instructions said to put it in present mode. All right, I'm not even on slide 1. Let's go to slide 1. All right, here's your solving one variable equations PowerPoint. Obviously, there's no instructions on this slide, so you're just going to go to the next. Okay. These are the instructions. Again, all right, you will need notebook, paper, and a pencil. At the end of class, you will turn this in on Google Classroom, and that'll be pretty obvious when I make the assignment where you're going to put it. Start a timer. All right, you should spend at least 30 minutes on this assignment, but no more than an hour. So if you're not finished with it in an hour, then you just need to stop and turn in what you've got. All right. First slide here, you solve these 4 questions. All right, and then you'll click there. Did you get them all right? Hopefully you will, and then it takes you to the next slide. All right, so if you get any of them wrong, you need to click the correct button or the correct picture. This is going to be based on honesty for you guys, and hopefully you're doing the work that you're supposed to be doing, right? And that's what I expect from you guys. Please do not cheat yourself by skipping to the answers because you need to show your work anyway, but it's also not going to help you guys. And learning virtually is already really hard, so please, please, please be honest about your work, especially in this assignment here. So once you're done with that assignment, you guys will spend at least 30 minutes on it, and then you'll have your work on a piece of paper, something similar to this, and then you're going to upload it onto Google Classroom under assignments, all right, or under this assignment. All right. If there are any other questions about what you need to do for this assignment, please send me an email. I'm happy to make another video if that's what I need to do. And hopefully you have a good rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you guys again on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what period you're in. All right, have a good day. All right, guys, let's do a couple examples for your work today. So remember, today is Wednesday. And we're going to be doing one variable equation. So one variable equations is that we have one variable, right? This is our variable, all right? It's going to be X, it could be Y, it could be Z, it could be P, okay? It could be any
letter, really, except for a few letters, but we'll talk about that when we get into Math 1 more deeply, all right? So this is what we're looking for. When we're solving for a variable, that means that we're getting it alone. We're getting it by itself on one side of the equal sign. So I'm identifying my variable here as x, okay? And I want to solve for x. So one of the ways that we do that is called a do and undo chart. So over here on the side, I have my do and undo chart. And what that means is, what am I doing to x? And then how do I undo that? So I'm just going to talk about what's happening to x first. So if you guys remember your order of operations, it looks like I'm multiplying by 2 first. So I'm going to write that in my do chart. The next thing that's happening, and I'm only concerned about the left side of the equation here, is that I'm adding 3, right? So I'm adding 3 to x, and that is the order that I'm doing things to x. Now to undo, I have to do it in the opposite order with the opposite sign. You guys kind of probably do this in your head mentally already, all right? So the last thing that's being done to x is I'm adding 3. So to undo adding 3, I need to subtract 3. The first thing that I'm doing to x is multiplying by 2. So the last thing I'm going to undo is divide by 2. Let's see what that looks like in terms of solving for x. So when I subtract 3 here, I've got to subtract 3 here. That's your do thing, all right? When I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Sometimes I put a line down the equals just to keep the sides, clearly marked. Right, so plus 3 minus 3, that equals 0. That's why those cancel out. So I get 2x equals 13 minus 3, which is 10. So I have subtracted 3. Now I need to divide by 2. So I go over here, divide by 2 on both sides. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1, and 1 times x is just going to be x. And then 10 divided by 2 gives me 5. This would be my final answer. Okay, and on your paper, please make sure that you circle, star, highlight your answers so that I can see it when I'm checking these, okay? All right, example number 2 looks a little bit more complicated, but we're doing the same thing. We're solving for the one variable. In this case, the variable is going to be p. So I'm going to first just check out my problem. I get a p here, I get a p here, and I get a p here. So I'm going to do some simplifying, okay? And in this case, I want to simplify just the 2 sides of the equals first. So I do that by combining like terms. So p, 4p and negative p are like terms because they both have a p with it. So 4p minus p gives me 3p. There's nothing on this side that I can combine with that negative 11. So I'm just going to bring it down. Oops. Equals. I don't actually have anything to combine with that 2p over here, so I can actually just put 2p. But I can combine 2 and negative 20 because they are like terms. They don't have any variables with it. They're just numbers. So 2 minus 20 is going to give me negative 18. Right? And this still looks a little messy because I got a p here and a p here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move one of those terms to the other side of the equals. It doesn't matter which one you move. But if I'm moving 2p, I actually do that by subtracting 2p from both sides. It keeps both sides of the equation equal. So this 2p is going to cancel, and I get negative 18 over here. 3p minus 2p gives me just p, 1p, minus 11. Now we can do that do and undo chart. Wrote it in the wrong, okay. What's being done to p first is I'm subtracting it by 11, and that's all that's happening to p. So over here on my undo side, I need to add 11 to both sides in order to find my answer. So when I add 11 over here, it cancels. I write this on a new screen. So I just have p left over here. And then when I add 11 on this side, negative 18 plus 11 is going to give me negative 7, okay? And just so that we are doing some good practice here, let's check both of our answers. So our first answer was 5. So 2 times 5 plus 3, does that equal 13? 2 times 5 is 10. And then 10 plus 3 is 13. So our first answer checks out. Let's check our second answer. Okay, we have P, we got -7 for P, so we got 4 times -7 minus 11 minus P equals 2 plus 2 times -7 minus 20. All right, so this will take us just a little bit longer. 4 times -7 is going to give us -28 minus 11 minus a -7. Ooh, did I forget to put that there here? All right. Y'all should have caught me on that. Come on. And then 2 plus -14, which we'll simplify here in a second, minus 20. Okay, so this this minus a -7 is going to give me a +7. So that's going to be a +7 right there. Equals 2. And since this is a plus -14, this is the same thing as just subtracting 14. So we're just going to rewrite that like that. All right, PEMDAS says I can do my subtraction and addition in order. So I've got -28 minus 11. That's going to give me -39. Plus 7, so -39 plus 7 is going to give me a -32. So we got to make sure that's the same on this side. 2 minus 14 is going to give me -12 minus 20. -12 minus 20 gives me -32. Both answers are the same, so the equation is the same, or the equation is equal, which means -7 is our answer. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions by sending me an email, and have a good day.